Hey everybody, Barney here from Digital Lead Performance, and today I have my partner here, Scott Fischer.
Scott Fischer here.
And we're excited to reach out. It's been a few months since we've reached out to the entire dealer network. Obviously there's been a lot going on this last few months.
Yeah, Aaron, so last few months, 3 months, what have we been doing in the last 3 months? I mean, we know what everyone else has been doing.
Yeah.
So let's share a little bit what's happened at Digital Lead Performance in the last 3 months and what we've learned.
Yeah. Well, you know, a lot of us have been at home like you have. We've certainly been working hard at home for our dealers, and I can tell you what, we've seen over these last few months a lot of challenges. We've learned a lot, and we've clearly seen a lot of opportunity.
So let's talk about a little data just from April, because April was probably the biggest month.
Yeah.
In this last 2-3 month time frame.
Yeah.
April has been when everyone's been the most challenged. The biggest change has happened really in April. Now it's continued.
Yeah.
May isn't a whole lot different. Things are getting a little bit better, a little different.
Yeah.
Maybe not better, but a little different. But let's share some of the April results. What's happened in April?
Yeah, I mean, well, April, I got my cheat sheet here because I want to make sure I share some correct data. But in April, over 38,000 outbound calls, activities for our active dealers.
38,000 calls. So we're a digital lead company.
Yeah.
So why 38,000 calls? I mean, it's kind of impressive.
Yeah.
You know, so why are we making that many phone calls? Let's share with everybody what we're doing with 38,000 calls.
Yeah, well, you know, one thing you've heard us talk a lot about it on our videos before, but we've always believed, Scott, right? The more particles that we put out equals the more particles in. And it's really important. One of the things we see right now with a lot of our dealers that we work with is that over 40% of our active dealers have been in a position where they have a skeleton crew. They're short on staff, and you know, and some of you are working from home and trying to manage a process like that.
So I think what we've learned, what we knew going into Digital Lead, and what we're learning more now, because the times of change, which we're all experiencing right now, has affected the dealer network in a really big way. I mean, everybody in a really big way. Like we have to push staff off, staff have to work from home, but I can reflect on the fact that even when we had the most robust staff possible in business, getting our staff to make that level of phone calls and drive that kind of consistency all the time was pretty impressive. So in making 38,000 phone calls, what have been some of the results that's happened from 38,000 phone calls and handling all the incoming leads?
Yeah. Well, and one thing I want to mention too, Scott, is that some stores, some dealerships out there have had to manage their staffing levels. We've been focused on is staffing up. We're staffing up to better support our dealers through this time. So let me share some quick results. You know, over 3,300 incoming digital leads. So we've seen a large increase of digital leads coming in.
So that's the month of April.
Just the month of April.
3,300 incoming leads.
Yep, coming from multiple different sources. You know,
So where do those leads come from? So for those dealers that don't know a lot about DLP, Digital Lead Performance. Where do the leads come from that we're managing? Where do those leads come from?
They come from your website. They come from some multiple lead sources that you might, third-party lead sources they might be having. And you've also got a lot of incoming credit apps. A lot of people right now, Scott, are applying for credit applications at home.
That's a good point. How many credit apps did we take in April?
I'll tell you what, it was hundreds.
Hundreds of applications.
Yep.
So I think it's pretty important to realize that not only are our lead agents handling the incoming leads that are basically coming because of a result of you spending money and time on your websites, putting your used motorcycles on there, and marketing opportunities that you've taken advantage of. But our lead agents are taking those leads in, and then they're also driving those phone calls out. They're not just taking information in, they're pushing that information back to the customers.
Well, I think one thing, Scott, that's important, I think any dealer would agree with, is that investment that you talked about that they're making, right? So their website and their digital advertising and marketing, it's all about getting the highest return on the investment.
That's right.
And that's what we do, right? That's what we do for our dealers. So let me share a couple results.
Okay.
We drove over 989 appointments last month. And as we talk about all the time, at the end of the day, what's the number one thing we do for our dealers, Scott?
We sell motorcycles.
We sell motorcycles.
Bottom line, if if dealers don't sell more motorcycles,
Yeah.
they don't need DLP.
Yeah.
But the one thing we know for sure is they're selling more motorcycles because of the service we provide.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of reasons for that.
Yep. You know, one of them is as simple as our speed to lead philosophy. Every digital lead that comes in has to do with our response times. But let me share just a staggering result with you.
But don't forget about what the speed to lead is.
Yeah.
So what's the time frame for those 3,300 leads we answered?
Out of all those leads, we responded under 7 minutes.
7 minutes. So once again, I talk about how do we get our staff to make 33,000 phone calls or however many phone calls it's necessary in
Yeah.
your operation
Yeah.
to drive enough traffic, but do we follow up leads that we spent all this money on
Yeah.
in 7 minutes? And it's not that dealers don't want to do that.
Yeah.
It's that inside the store, it's very difficult for dealers to follow up within 7 minutes. And that's the value of digital lead.
Yeah. It's very challenging inside the dealership, and having that done consistently is always a challenge. A staggering result that I have to share, though, we had our biggest month ever helping our dealership sell more motorcycles, is 273 bikes were sold from those leads. So those incoming leads came in, and through the hard work and teamwork and partnership with DLP and our dealers, we were able to help sell 273 motorcycles.
So I think what's pretty incredible, just to recap real quickly
Yeah.
what I think you said, which I think is important for everyone out there, making 38,000 phone calls to people who are interested in motorcycles.
Yeah.
So that's key.
Yeah.
38,000. Where do we get that information? We get that information from months of customer contact. So we didn't get it from just the 3,800 leads in April.
Yeah.
We got it from the past information from your CRM, your customer base, we're pushing out to.
Yeah.
We had 3,800 leads, and we sold 273 motorcycles. So I think that's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
And I think it would be worth sharing what's happened over the last year, because
Yeah.
this is Digital Lead Performance's 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
So we've been here 1 year now.
Yep, 1 year.
We shared with you what happened in April of this year, but let's talk about what's happened in the last year, because
Yeah.
where did Digital Lead, where did we start at, and where are we at today with dealers?
Yeah, well, we started one dealer, right?
One dealer.
One dealer, and we
We
ran
gotta
through.
start somewhere.
Got to start somewhere. And we ran a pilot program. And obviously we moved through that. We are now at 26 dealers. 26 dealers.
Pretty
So
incredible.
it's been an exciting time for Digital Lead Performance this past year with growth. And you know what's really even more exciting than that is building these partnerships with our dealerships and continuing to grow with their teams.
Yeah. What? So why would you say beyond handling their digital leads and a lot of their outbound calls?
Yeah.
What else do you think is happening? What kind of relationship and bridge does Digital Lead build with our customers?
Yeah. You know, the digital sales process, and you know, is something that we evolve with our dealers. We grow together. We feed each other information as we grow together. But one thing for certain that we've learned a lot on is we help our dealers focus on how can they generate more leads, and also how can they convert more of those appointments as they come into the store.
Right.
So it really is a teamwork and a partnership with our dealers, and it's been great to build those positive relationships with them.
Okay, so hold on, Aaron. I want to steal a little bit of your thunder.
Yeah.
Because it's been 1 year now. I mean, so we just shared with you what we did in April. Let me share with you what we did over the past year.
Yeah.
I mean, this is pretty impressive. Hats off to you and your team, Aaron. But this year we made 225,000 phone calls, outbound phone calls. Now look, Aaron talked about particles out. You know, we are a marketing engine. I mean, that's what we do. Even though we're not a marketing company, we are driving activity that drives your customers in the store, creates more interest in your customers. We're keeping that interest happening.
But hold on, Scott. That's not all the activity we did, because that doesn't include texts and emails.
Texts and emails.
Because we text and email and call every incoming lead, right? And we stay on top of those leads. So just so you know, it's a lot of activity to equal those results.
Oh, it's a little bit more work than just making phone calls.
That's right.
So that's why we made 6,500 appointments last year for our dealers. 6,500 appointments.
Yeah.
And what's really incredible is every month greater than 50% of our appointments were kept.
Yep.
Greater than 50% were kept. So it's pretty incredible when you look at the first year. What we're learning is if you have the right message being pushed out on your digital platform, and you have the right response time and follow up with the data,
Right.
month after month, the data for your dealership grows bigger and bigger. And the difference for Digital Lead is Digital Lead doesn't ever lose that customer. We stay focused on, because the only thing we can do is work the digital leads.
Yep.
We don't have the door swing, we don't have the service department, we don't have the parts department or the motor clothes department. We only have digital, and we keep those customers and we keep driving it. That's what keeps driving those leads higher and higher.
That's right. And the end result, Scott, when you look at it over a year, and we've really been celebrating this here as a team at DLP, is over 1,233 bikes sold. Help dealers sell over 1,200 motorcycles in just in the past year, which is pretty staggering.
Great.
And I think you mentioned a couple things, Scott, that I think are really important. Is that you talk about that marketing engine that we are for a store.
Yep.
Again, we exist to help dealers sell more motorcycles. And all the hard work that a dealership does inside the dealership, all the efforts of that team, and when we work with our dealers, we're powering that sales department. That's what we do every day. Every day we're helping power that sales department.
I think it's really important for dealers out there to realize that we do come from inside the motorcycle industry. We're not an outside digital company.
Yeah.
We understand the sales process, pure and simple. The one thing we know, if we don't sell motorcycles, we can close our doors, because we got to sell motorcycles to be able to survive in the business today. And that's what I push on. That's what we push on every day with our dealers and inside the industry, is that we have to find ways of selling more motorcycles. So let's kind of wrap this up, Aaron. I mean, what's the future? I mean, really, what do we see the future of digital lead performance right now?
We're really seeing an increase in digital leads, and the exciting thing is that we continue to work with our dealers to help them through the digital sales process. And we are motorcycle people in the motorcycle business, and we're going to continue to bring on more dealerships. We're going to continue to grow our staff and our relationships in the marketplace, and we're excited about another year, another great positive year here at DLP.
So I think what's important and what we've learned when I think about the future and what we've learned over the last year is I think that one, we've learned that we got to get dealers to trust us.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I get it. I get how dealers don't like to turn over a very important part of their business to somebody else. But I think our dealers that we have currently today will tell you that they have struggled to hand it over to us, but we've gained trust and a level of accountability to them that is far exceeds their expectation. And what has happened as a result of that is that we're driving sales volume in their stores.
Yep.
So if we're doing this today, how do dealers take advantage of this today, Aaron? I mean, how can dealers take advantage of digital lead performance services?
Yep. Well, you know what? You can reach out to me directly, and you'll be able to click on the button or call me, at the number below. But, I think the first step is a dealer that is interested in powering their sales department and accelerating their sales for 2020 is to reach out to me directly. And, the first step there is we'll really talk about our process. We kind of evaluate your digital marketing and your leads that you currently are having, and we look for the opportunities to help that dealership grow and really help work with our service. And a couple of things that I do want to let everybody know is we've had some great advancements in technology over the past year. We've built a dashboard. We have a great phone system, and all these things are helping us communicate to our dealers and help us work with our dealerships more closely through the processes.
That's good. We're reinvesting really what we're doing right now in building the company, building capacity. We want to be able to build capacity so that we can support the dealers and the demand that's coming, because we believe that the digital lead performance, the purpose of what we do, is going to continue to grow, because as dealers find it more challenging to grow their staff, our service becomes more and more valuable, because we're able to provide a higher level of service for a lower cost. And you know what? If you can talk to our customers, or if you can give us an opportunity, I think we'll build your trust and show you that we're on the same page as they are. Sell more motorcycles, we're all going to do a lot better job.
Yeah, I think you mentioned something great there. We've got some great dealers that would probably love to share with you, if you're interested, how our service has really helped power their sales department over the past year. And if you're interested, reach out to me directly, and we look forward to meeting with you and talking about what we can do to help you.
It's great. Thanks to the dealers we have now. Thanks for your business, and speed to lead. We're looking forward to talking to you soon.
That's right. Thank you.